Rappler executive editor and CEO Maria Ressa and a former reporter were found guilty of cyber libel.
Maria! Maria!
Guys, physical distancing!
Maria!
Maagang dumating si Maria Ressa sa Manila City Hall upang personal na dinggin ang paghatol sa cyber libel case na gumulong ng mahigit isang taon. Kasama ang kanyang abogado na si dating Supreme Court spokesperson Theodore Te. Dumalo rin ang dating writer-researcher na si Reynaldo Santos Jr, ang co-accused ni Maria sa kaso. Pero ilang minuto matapos isara ang Manila Regional Trial Court Branch 46, pumutok na ang balita. Guilty ang hatol ni Judge Reynaldo Estacio Montes kay Maria Ressa at Reynaldo Santos Jr, habang exonerated o napawalang sala naman ang Rappler as a media organization. Ayon sa desisyon ng korte, hindi raw na-verify ng writer na si Santos ang katotohanan sa mga alegasyon laban kay Wilfredo Keng. Napatunayan daw sa trial na walang basihan ang mga alegasyong ito. Hindi rin daw na-verify ni Santos sa mga law enforcement agency ang mga umano'y krimen ni Keng. Hindi rin daw nilapitan ng writer o ng mga taga-Rappler si Keng para magbigay ng kanyang panig tungkol sa alegasyon. Bagamat 2012 pa ito unang na-publish at hindi pa sakop ng batas on cyber libel noong mga panahong iyon. The court also noted that Keng did not immediately pursue any legal action noong unang na-publish ito. Ayon sa korte, na-republish ang article noong February 2012. Depensa ng Rappler, itinama lang nila ang isang typographical error sa article. Base sa mga ito, the court ruled that there was malice in the publication of the article. The two journalists were sentenced to jail for 6 months and 1 day up to 6 years. Pero hindi sila diretso sa kulungan, tulad ng pag-aresto at pagpiyansa noong February 14, 2019. Pinayagan din sila ng korte na magpiyansa ng tig 100,000 na dati na.
I think the decision for me is devastating because it essentially says the Rappler that we are wrong.
Ang businessman na si Wilfredo Keng ang nagsampa ng kaso na nag-ugat sa isang article na pinablish ng Rappler noong May 2012 na kung saan inireport na gumamit daw ang dating Chief Justice Renato Corona ng isang sasakyan ni Keng. Nabanggit din sa artikulo na umano'y sangkot si Keng sa human trafficking at illegal drugs. Giit ng abogado ni Keng na hindi attack on press freedom ang kasong ito.
This is not an attack on press freedom. This is an attack on irresponsible journalism.
Ayon naman sa isang legal expert,
Is that this is the worst decision on press freedom and free speech ever in our history, no? Because actually, even during the martial law days, very rich since 1918, no? Yung ating jurisprudence ng free speech and free press, very, very robust, no? Ang essence sinasabi nila, kahit nagkamali ang press, kahit nagkamali ang tao, kahit may epektong ganon, ang bar for libel, ang bar for prior restraint is very, very high, precisely because of the importance of freedom of speech and freedom of the press.
suportado ni Dean Lavinia ang pag-decriminalize ng libel at dapat daw malaya ang tao na i-criticize ang public officials.
Very dangerous, no? It's very dangerous for freedom of the press, but also for freedom of speech, kasi the same principles will apply to everyone that posts something in the internet. And so therefore, it's also very dangerous for democracy.
Hindi rin sang-ayon si Dean na na-republish ang article ng Rappler.
One of the most terrible part of this decision is to apply the cybercrime law to article that was published before it was effective. And that's bad because you sense na pinilit na isama. Editing an article for grammatical errors is not republication by any means, no? That's really just correcting something in the past.
Excessive o labis ang grounds on cyber libel case sa Pilipinas at maaaring magbigay ito ng chilling effect o pagkatakot ng mga journalist sa bansa.
You know, this ruling puts the Philippine press in the worst place and time it could be since martial law. Grabe ito eh, no? And this sends yet the biggest chill across not only the profession but anyone who operates in cyberspace. Hindi ka kailangan maging periodista. No? Basta nag-ooperate ka in cyberspace. Can you imagine that even after posting something in cyberspace, you cannot rest easy until after 12 years?
Sa maiksing panayam sa abogado ni Keng, malinaw daw sa desisyon ng korte na may mali siya ang pagkasulat at pagkakapublish ng article, lalo pat isang private individual si Keng.
Let us stop with the irresponsible allegation that my client now is being used as a stooge by the government for whatever purpose.
May 15 days ang kampo ng Rappler upang iapela ang desisyon.
I can't actually describe it. A lot of thoughts are coming into mind now. Sad, disappointed. Well, I know Maria, or I'm not a lawyer, and yet I'm dragged in this issue. So, it's sad. It's very sad. And for someone who's doing his job, to be here, I think it could be not just me, but other people who are doing his or her job properly, could be in the same situation that I am in right now.
I appeal to you, the journalists in this room, the Filipinos who are listening, to protect your rights. We are meant to be a cautionary tale. We are meant to make you afraid. Right? So, I appeal again. Don't be afraid. Because if you don't use your rights, you will lose them. If we don't challenge a brazen move to try to roll back the rights guaranteed in the Constitution, we will lose them. We shouldn't be voluntarily giving up our rights.
I'm Anthony Esguera. I stand for truth.